This video is sponsored by Next Level Racing. Hey, happy Monday everybody. This is Juice and today is a P51 Mustang coffee day. I am having my French roast and a French press in my P51 cup. Stella's joined me for this presentation today, so I'll try to get her to weigh in on what she thinks. Come here, sit. Sit. Good girl. High five. High five. So, today's video is about my love of the Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS. Particularly, we're talking about the throttle. And I have used this for over 6 years. I love it. It's been good to me, and I'm about to retire it. I'm looking to pass this on at a really good discount to somebody after I dust it off. So this has served me well for 6 years. And as you guys know, as WinWing reached out to us and offered to sponsor us, one of the things that they provided for us was a complete Orion set, the Orion 2 HOTAS throttle. And to give you a little background on WinWing products, a lot of the WinWing products are named after constellations. You've got Ursa Minor, which is the Little Dipper, was for their new entry-level budget, throttle line or stick line, HOTAS line. And it's just a stick. It's kind of a, a lot of guys say it's a knockoff of the BKB Gladiator. But what I wanted to tell you guys today is why I think if you're considering buying a Warthog, you should reconsider and spend a little bit more money and get one of these. If you are moving from an X52 or even an X56 or a T-Flight HOTAS, something that is basically not rugged gear heavy with switchology like this is a really good deal. This is the Orion 2. I currently have the F15 EX throttles on it, so it's got this extra HUT switch right here. But it has this is set up with the finger lifts, and I highly recommend you get the finger lifts because if you don't, you'll go back here and you can actually cut off your throttles if you're not careful, cut off the engine. And so this came with it. I was really grateful for WinWing to give me this opportunity to feature their products and flight test future products. And this throttle should serve me well until the Cyber Taurus throttle with auto throttle force feedback comes. And again, I like to tease things that are going to be a long ways out on the channel, so don't ask me when. I'll let you know when I can let you know and stuff. Let me tell you why I think this is a great deal. And don't take it for my word. Let's hear what Mysh has to say about it. Mysh, tell us what you think about the Warthog and the WinWing Orion 2.
The biggest problem of the Thrustmaster Warthog is the WinWing Orion 2 Metal Warthog HOTAS system. The system basically is a tremendously superior Warthog at a slightly higher price. The gimbal is a dual cam design with contactless sensors which should last well beyond any nuclear war. The grip is made of cast aluminum instead of the heavy zinc alloy Thrustmaster uses. It also comes with an analog hall sensor brake lever. On the throttle unit are more than enough dials, buttons and rotaries. It's made of high quality plastic and features swappable powder coated aluminum grips. On every WinWing throttle grip is a mini stick and other aircraft specific controls. It's a dual engine control design and comes with or without a finger lift system. Keep in mind that the stick doesn't twist, so you either need additional pedals or a twist upgrade for rudder control.
Surreal review on this throttle. I agree wholeheartedly with you, and I'm looking forward to other stuff that you're putting out. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, guys. So this right here has two sliders. It's got an HMD slider, which you can purpose, and all of these HMD sliders, you can do it as a slider in your WinWing SimApp Pro software, or you can do it as a left-right click button. So just like if a dial, you wanted to move it 1, 1, 1 and everything. So this right here is for, you've got the panel lights right here, but you can also have push buttons. So you've got an extra control in there. And one thing that's different between this type of HOTAS that you didn't see with the Thrustmaster Warthog is a lot of times on the switches, one way works, the other way doesn't. Or the middle position doesn't work on a three-way switch with the Thrustmaster Warthog. And that was one of the problems I had when I was trying to set up complex controls for some of my aircraft. And fortunately, Eagle Dynamics and some of the other third-party developers came up with this Lua edit where they basically said, hey, if this switch isn't in forward position, then it's considered down. They call it off else on, or up else down, or left else right. They basically put in a condition in the Lua code. And I actually have a few videos from years ago, a couple of videos from years ago about how we had to go through and edit our Lua files. And I don't recommend people do it anymore. I recommend that the developers catch up with us and help people out that have some of these, you know, what I would consider now an entry-level HOTAS, but at an outrageous price. Just go back to the Meech video for that. So this one right here has 3 push button resets. Basically, the way I have it set up right now is this right here is my master caution reset, because I already have the combat ready and takeoff panels that have all these buttons on it. So I repurposed these. This is my takeoff trim reset, and this is my FCS reset for the Hornet. I've got my fuel dump switch right here, and I've got my probe extend retract right there. And then I've got this, one of these, this is for my, this is for my battery switch when I do the startup. And I actually repurposed, because I have the MIP panel with the course and heading toggles that go left and right. I repurposed the toggles on my combat ready panel to use those. And those toggles going left and right are set up. I think it's about to rain. Oh, good thing I'm under a tree here. So you guys might see me wrap this video up early and go inside because it's about to rain. Stella, you want to come up? Come on. Up. Let's go. There you go. Sit. Sit. All right. So what do you think about this? Looky, what do you think? Come here. Give it a good smell. Which one would you get? That one or that one? Let's see. Which throttle? Pick. Pick. Oh, you're going to stay with that one. Guys, I might not sell this. I might keep it for Stella when she learns how to fly. She's only 8 right now, but she's getting into that age. So moving up the front, if you don't have any panels already, you don't have the MIP, but you're looking to upgrade to a realistic throttle that you can really dial in real well for your controls, this is the throttle for you. And I recommend you get the throttle grips. You can customize which throttle grips you want, but I recommend you get the ones that are, you know, that you would like to fly with. I prefer the F-18 Hornet grips, which I'm hoping to get on the Cyber Taurus because it comes with the Super Taurus line. It's basically a replica of the F-18 panel in that area, not exact replica. But this one has an extra momentary down and up slider here. It has another slider here that I have set to my antenna elevation control. As a matter of fact, I need to reverse the axis on that. It's got my auto throttle couple ATC switch right there, depress right there, and that basically locks in my throttle where I'm trying to fly if I'm going to set cruise at a certain speed, certain power setting. It's got 2 additional buttons right beside it, and I'll see if you guys can focus in on that. I need to get a monitor out here so I can see what I'm looking at. But that right there and that right there, 2 extra buttons there. And then you've got another momentary rocker, just like this one over here, right here. And then you got your target designator cursor slew, which I need to dial in. It's a little too sensitive right now. And then you've got, you know, it moves around like a hat switch, and then you can depress in to lock in. I've got a 4-way or 8-way hat switch here, which I usually use for certain calls like ready pre-contact or call the ball. And then over here on this side, I'm using this as my speed brake. I don't like it as much as the throttle speed brake on the Warthog because you push it forward and it locks it forward so it automatically retracts. This one you have to press and hold while you're retracting the speed brake, and you have to press and hold. But the neat thing is you only need partial speed brake. You pull back on this and you get partial speed brake. And it's got 2 hat switches here and here, and it's got another hat switch which is kind of cool. This one right here, I don't really know what you would use this for. I don't fly the F-18 or the F-15E anymore, and I don't fly the F-15EX, of course, because we don't have it in the game. But this right here is what I'm using as the boat switch. So I may do some countermeasure modes with this. I don't know. I'm still setting it all up. I'm overwhelmed, as you can tell. The HMD, and then you've got your master modes for air to ground and air to air right there. I'll bring this up where you can see it. I think you guys know this. I live on a golf course. They're getting the greens ready for today's rainy play. So it has a master modes. Let's go ahead and retard these back to idle off. And it's got the master modes here along with that reset button I told you about. These two sliders are a little bit free float. Some of the guys have complained they wish these were a little bit more rigid and not as easy. My recommendation to WinWing is on these type of things right here, make the arms on these shorter, make them like 1/4 of an inch or maybe a centimeter high. So that all we have to do is reach down and find them and we can move them, but they don't stick up. So when we're moving around, you know, in VR trying to find stuff, hitting it like that. You've got your wing fold switch right here, and that right there, you push it to unlock. And again, it's not totally functional like it is in the cockpit, but it's definitely a great intermix with that. So what does this cost? Well, I am going to tell you in a picture of what you can spend. Basically, Mysh said it best, but it's basically for an extra $50 to $100, you can get a far superior HOTAS, I believe in my mind. And you can also do that with for about $1,000, maybe around $1,180. You can get a throttle with stick, with extension, and throttle base from Orion, from the Orion line from WinWing. And I think it would last most people until they're retired from flying, really, until something better comes out. Well, the rain's starting to come in, guys, so I'm going to sign this video off. Be sure to leave a like and comment and share it with a friend. Let us know what you think about the Orion 2 and your HOTAS that you currently have. Would you consider buying something like this as an upgrade? And if it's a little bit steep for your budget, I recommend people upgrade in parts. You know, right now, just get the throttle base and some decent grips, and you know, that's going to cost you maybe around, I don't know, what's it going to be? Probably around $800? No, it's probably going to be around $600. I'll put a graphic up so you guys can see that. I don't have I'm outside, my computer's all like glitched up right now because I'm resetting up this whole the sim seat. But the big thing is you can pick this up relatively cheap by itself, get you a couple throttle grips, you can start using that, and then upgrade your stick. That $1,200 package I was telling you about, the $1,178, that includes the Orion 2 pedals, which I'm going to feature in another video. So stay tuned for that. I'll tell you why I think those are the best pedals for the buck on DCS. Everybody take care. This is Juice, out.